We're having the best of girls chat right now, a young catch-up. Well, our next guest light shines so bright, and not just in Africa, but on a global level. She is equal parts gorgeous and she's fierce. Not only is she the ultimate woman gold, but she's also South Africa's it girl. And I'm so excited and honored to have her join us this morning. Please, everyone, give her a warm Expresso welcome, Miss Nomzamo Mbatha. Yay! Hey, girl. Wow. I was just asking her, I was like, Nomzamo, please, can I ask you a question? How do you do your life? Right? How do you do, because today you're here, but yesterday you were in New York.
I know.
And the day before you were in like some other London. Girl, you're amazing. Welcome to the show. It's so good to have you here.
Great to have you
I feel like we need to start saying welcome home.
Welcome home.
Because every time I'm in Cape Town, there's no way that I don't come to see you guys.
Thank you.
So,
well, welcome home and welcome back. And we at least get to see you every day, at least for the month of August, because you're on the cover of Cosmo, which is absolutely incredible.
So
right, look at that.
Also, the activism issue, what was that like for you?
It was an incredible honor, I'll tell you that. For me, it's important to live a life that is beyond just myself, to stand for something, you know, that advocates for good and advocates to shaping humanity. Angelina Jolie said, her mom said to her that if you live a life that is not of good to others, you know, you're basically just living an empty life that's not as fulfilling. So Cosmo, which we've all grown up from a young age. I remember I was like 10, and I'd be like, oh, can I have that magazine? My uncle would be like, no.
That was like goals.
Right?
Yeah.
But it stood for womanhood. You know, it spoke about things that were for the young woman who was discovering her body, who was discovering the man and discovering herself and her voice. So to be on the cover of the first ever activism issue, which says that Cosmo doesn't just stand for a certain type of woman, it stands for every single woman. So it was really awesome. And I'm in a leotard.
Girl, you are looking amazing.
Awesome.
I love the little caption underneath your name. It says, the rise of the female. It has a really loud bang. What does activism and feminism mean to you?
You know what? It means inclusion. For a long time, you know, women have always been known to be pitted against each other. And I saw a little quote the other day that says, oh, a woman doesn't dress to impress other men, she dresses to irritate other women. And I thought, oh, I'm so sad that exists on the internet. But it's something that clearly has become the narrative of the woman. And, you know, feminism and activism says there's inclusion. It's not elitist, you know. Whatever it is that you stand for, if you stand for other women and if you stand for the rights of other women and standing up for each other, then that makes you whatever. And I know it caused a lot of controversy around, you know, the title, like, oh no, this is not you're an activist and you're not an activist. And it broke my heart, because for me it was, you know, I found it very divisive. And unfortunately, now is our time.
Exactly.
It's the world of the female. We contribute so much to society. You know, so it's important for us to represent the woman that is not represented a lot in the media, and that is the woman that is inclusive and says, we are all part of the girls group. No one is not included.
I love that word inclusivity, because even a man can be a feminist.
Absolutely.
He can also want the rise of women and the empowerment of women, and for things to be balanced and for it to be equal.
Absolutely. How do we bury patriarchy without including the man in the conversation? We have to include him in the conversation.
Include them in the conversation as well.
We certainly have to. And you've also recently been announced as Forbes Africa's 30 under 30.
I have.
You are just absolutely
That is amazing.
Yay!
And you're also doing some incredible work with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. Now, I need to ask you, what's next for you? What's the next big goal or project that you're working on?
Look at me, I look so serious. She's running for president. What is next for me? Oh, my earring just dropped.
Oopsie.
What is next for me? I think I would probably say I'd love to be part of Time 100's most influential people in the world.
Okay.
So I'd love to be a part of that school of thought. And the big announcement is I will be heading to Geneva now in September, and I'll be hosting the United Nations Nansen Awards, which really are almost like the Nobel Peace Prize Awards within the United Nations. And I'll be in Geneva and hosting them to 1,000 delegates from all over the world who will be honoring the humanitarian of the year.
Sure. Mind blown. I think that deserves a massive round of applause. Nomzamo, that is incredible. Yeah. That is incredible. Yeah. But you know what? You live it every single day of your life. This is who you are, and your journey is inspiring. Continue to do that. And the lovely thing is she's not leaving us at all. She's going to be staying here for a little while longer because we need more of this incredible.
So abusive. No one wants me to sleep.
No sleeping.
But I love being here, so it's fine.
Congratulations. Wow, amazing.
Thank you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, we're back with our It Girl, and we should just say our Earthang Girl. Like, she is absolutely amazing, gorgeous, doing the most right now. Nomzamo Mbatha still with us on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And my question to you is, other than conquering the world, which you're currently doing right now, you're also representing one of the most iconic brands in South Africa and in the world, McDonald's. Which, I mean, it's like, whenever I see you busy doing your thing, I was like, wow, can you just send me a Big Mac?
I know, right?
That's all I want. What does it feel for you to represent McDonald's?
For me, to be honest, it's beyond just being an iconic brand. It's a family brand.
Yes.
And anyone who knows me, I'm very family oriented. And we all grew up with McDonald's. Oh, that's me.
Look at you, just running in there, getting...
We all grew up with McDonald's. You know, I remember my first memory was seeing that Big M. Yeah. And literally just, it ignited some kind of joy. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna get a free toy. Yes. We're gonna get the Happy Meal, yay. And now I've grown into a different woman. Yes, I have the Happy Meal occasionally, but now I can have my breakfast. Yeah. But also beyond that, I can also have, you know, my favorite one, which is the spicy Cajun. Yeah. And add my grilled onions and my hot sauce. I just...
Stunning.
This is so distracting.
I know. I'm just watching how cute you look on top of it. I'm like,
honestly,
wow.
Beyond that, what impressed me most about McDonald's is how they care for... They're such a people-oriented brand and company. It's very people-centric. Many people don't know this, but they have a beautiful, beautiful penthouse set up, and it's the Ronald McDonald House Foundation at the Nelson Mandela Children's Hospital that caters to mothers who have had complicated births and need to stay and nurse their children.
Oh wow, that's
you know,
amazing.
so for me, it's beyond just that. Last night we hosted a women's event, and it was also about including women in the conversation and including women from all kinds of sectors, because women have the buying power. We have the decision-making power.
We certainly do. Well, we have our Frenchies on set too. This is little Bastion coming around because we're talking about McDonald's.
Right on cue.
We were looking at that footage.
Yes.
Is that you ordering breakfast off a self-help kiosk?
Yes, all the way in Cannes.
What? Oh my goodness. That's amazing.
It is. But also, you know, for me, it's just like, you know, the world is moving. We're going into artificial intelligence. And it's so advanced. And it's great to know that it's not just in France, but also in South Africa. I went to one of the stores and the ladies were like, oh my gosh, come use our self-service. We saw you on Twitter and Instagram. You were using it all the way overseas. We also have it. And it was so awesome to see just how full of pride, you know, they were. So
I know this might be off topic, but I don't know if I'm going to get to ask you this again. What would you order if you have breakfast? Like, what is your favorite go-to meal?
The South African breakfast, obviously.
Do you have the brewery breakfast?
Yeah, I do. But I also add grilled onions and my hot sauce. I can't do anything without the hot sauce or the jalapeno sauce.
Yeah, we order from time to time.
Right.
And, like, we just get everybody
like
involved.
The girls this morning, they were just like, are we doing breakfast? They were like, yes.
In the makeup room, we are all about that life.
But Nomzamo, you also spoiled the cast from Isibaya with some Mackie D's for breakfast. That's a very sweet gesture. I think there's something about sharing a meal together, like you said.
For sure.
It's a family-orientated event.
I think the only time that I only ever have McDonald's alone is if I'm in the car. And I need to go from point A to B.
Exactly.
But most of the time, it's with people, you know, and it's with my friends or my family. Look at me. Yeah.
Wow, girl, you are doing the most.
She came and helped you. Okay.
But can I say, they're the most hard-working crew, really and truly. And I'm just blessed that every day they allow me to, you know, my big bosses allow me to travel the world, but still when I come back and I'm jet-lagged and the crew's like, this one, she's back, okay. She says she needs 30 minutes of sleep, and they allow that, and they're just really amazing. You know, I'm blessed to be to work with people like that, and I had to also just take that moment and say thank you.
But it's also because of the person that you are, and I am always so concerned about you because I know that you travel so much, you work so hard, but when you have a little bit of downtime, what do you do?
What do I do? What do I do? I sleep.
Sleep is awesome.
Sleep is my luxury. You know, it's my new hobby these days.
Yeah.
If I can get an hour, that's amazing. But I think I love reading. I'm into reading scripts nowadays.
Yeah, okay.
I download scripts online and I get into it.
Wow.
So that's me.
Very nice.
I can't hike.
In a
'cause I don't live in
nutshell.
Cape Town.
It's okay. Reading
The
is
next
good
time you come, we'll hook you up.
For 5 minutes though.
Wait,
then
I know some
we
easy
can take the
routes.
cart up.
I know some easy routes that's just all for the view.
Okay, done.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that.
Awesome.
Is that a promise?
It's a
That's
promise.
a promise.
Okay, done.
Nomzamo, thank you so much for joining us. And if all this McDonald's talk made you super duper hungry,
Yes.
remember you can order from their McDonald's delivery app, the Mac Delivery, and the Uber Eats app, and McDonald's can certainly deliver straight to you. So, you know, take a moment for yourself.